Hello, Kate here, mynaturalhappiness.com, creator of the Seeds of Change program to help you go from hamster to happiness, founder of Shine Your Light, Goddess Shine Your Light, the boot camp and the book. How are you? How are you feeling? And how are you doing? I often talk about that Shine Your Light is about shedding the shackles of the past, both this life and previous lives, so that you can shine your light in this world. Achieve your dreams, wishes and goals. And I am being drawn to talk to you about autumn. We're fully into autumn. The leaves are releasing and it's a really powerful time to go for a walk in the forest and just walk with the leaves and think about everything that you perhaps want to release in your life, for it to be abound and grow into something new from the forest floor. And it's such a beautiful time when you start seeing the mushrooms who are turning the leaves into something magical, and it's just a magical time of year. Now, at the same time as that, we are coming up to the full moon. We have a full moon in about a week's time, depending on when you watch this video. And so full moon is about bringing things into our lives and what do we want to bring into our lives. And this is a bit of a synergy between what we want to release and what we want to bring in. And so that sort of beautiful image, almost of a figure of eight, of everything that comes, flows and goes back again, can be a really beautiful meditation to sort of flow into. So very often, by releasing what no longer serves us, we create space for what does serve us. And so just going through that releasing can be quite difficult, but it brings in the space for the goodness and the new. And it doesn't mean so you have to get rid of everything, it doesn't, but sometimes there are things that are not serving you that can be replaced by something that is, and only by letting go you create the space. And so sometimes it's about creating the headspace. So if something has been just weighing you down for such a long time, by releasing that, it can create the headspace for just a lighter being in life. So it's a beautiful synergy at the moment, because we're in the autumnal times when the trees are releasing and we're on a waxing moon, so we have that opportunity to spiritually work with the energies and release and bring in. And it's a magical time. I know for me personally, this really is resonant with myself at this time. I'm still unpacking boxes. There's still stuff I haven't sorted out from my move. I downsized. I'm finding that, some of the downsizing a little bit harder because there's things that I treasure and I don't have the space for anymore. And so for me, releasing more things will bring in the space of a clearer environment and just a tidier home, and it will be a really nice space to it's already a beautiful space, and it will be an even more beautiful space when I have released the boxes and can just walk into a nice clean room. So that's resonant to me, but I hope that helps you. That's what I was drawn to share with you today. Aside from that, as always, I pulled out a card for you for watching this video, and I was drawn to go back to the Goddess Dream Oracle deck. And from, so this is Wendy Andrews. I got this in the hen shop in Avebury. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck. It's probably something I'm not very good at releasing, is oracle card decks. I have got so many oracle card decks, and every time I go and look at them in the hen shop, I'm like, no, I don't need another set, but that's so beautiful. But yeah. Anyway, we have patience, which is in synergy with this time of year. Through the darkness into the light. Sometimes the light can only be revealed after experiencing true darkness. Crone Goddess is here to take your hand. Trust her way, though it may seem too challenging at times. You may experience her path as too dark, too painful, too sad, too dull, or too slow. excuse me, but feel her old hand in yours and trust in her ancient wisdom. You may hear her whisper in her gentle, rasping voice, "Patience, my dear, all in its own time." Just as the leaves fall from the trees in autumn to nourish the ground for next year's growth. It's always synergy, isn't it? So just as the leaves fall from the trees in autumn to nourish the ground for next year's growth, so there may be things that you need to shed so that you can grow to your full potential. It can be hard to let go, as there is safety in the known patterns of life. But trees without their leaves have a beauty too. On those bare branches that seem to be dead, eventually just at the right time, the small buds will appear and new growth will burst forth. Without winter, there can be no spring. Perhaps you need a time of stillness and rest to contemplate your future. Remember too, those who have gone before, they may have words of advice for you. And with that, if you are in the Shine Your Light Goddess Bootcamp, our October meditation is tuning in to those words of advice for those who have long gone before us. So if you haven't listened and that's resonating to your heart, body and soul, if you're in the Shine Your Light Goddess Bootcamp, go and have a look at this month's meditation. It's in your portal. So be patient when the time is right, in the darkness, you will see a glimmer of light, the promise of a bright future. Head towards that light and you will emerge bright and new and ready to run with the hair for the joy of life. The affirmation, I am patient and understand that there is a right time for everything. I understand that sometimes I need to experience darkness in order to appreciate the beauty of light. All is wow. So beautiful. And from my deck of cards, Kate's Oracle card deck, we have Old Ways, which again is in the same thing. Are you feeling stuck in your old ways? Are you still doing the same thing day in and day out, even if it is not efficient? Do you still feel like you have to do things a certain way, even if it is not the best use of your time? This card is guiding you to release the old ways that are holding you back and embrace a new way of being and doing. This card gives you permission to release what no longer serves you well. This card says it's okay to change, adapt, streamline and release old ways that no longer serve you, honouring and keeping the old ways that do serve you. And so it is with gratitude. So there's lots of synergy in this week's message of love with regards to the cards and the time of the year. So I hope that serves your heart beautifully and that you are feeling nourished. Thank you for coming through this video with me. Thank you for your lovely messages, especially last week when I explained why things have been a little bit later recently. If you missed that memo, I seem to have attracted a few clients that are approaching their end of life and just want some spiritual support through that. And so it's been quite intense and an absolute honour to serve and help at that time. And so come the end of the week, I've been like, right, okay. And so I've been recording them on a Saturday just to give that breather space. And utter honour, accidentally fell into that and not planning. It's certainly not something I'm going to be shouting from the rooftops about on any web pages or anything like that. So yeah. But yeah, thank you for all your beautiful messages. Thank you for watching this video. I love you dearly. Announcement time. Avebury Goddess in-person retreat is still open for enrollment. It would be lovely if you can come and step into a space with us for some nurturing and kindness and just beautiful energy. And Shine Your Light Goddess, Shine Your Light the Bootcamp is always available, and you can buy the book from the Hen Shop and other retailers. So yeah, come and step into the space. It would be lovely to serve you with such a huge hug of love. Kate, mynaturalhappiness.com. Have a magical, magical week. Lots of love.